Hello, dear students. Good afternoon once again. Welcome you all to the Fluid Mechanics lecture series. So, in the last class, we have discussed about syllabus, that is, first chapter kinematics, and definition and some basic concepts we have discussed. That is hydrodynamics, what is fluid, what is shearing stress, and what is perfect fluid. So on we have discussed in the last class. So in today's lecture, we are going to study fluid motion can be studied in two different methods. It is first one is Lagrangian and Eulerian. Before going to start these two methods of a fluid motion, let us see what is viscosity. Right? What do you mean by viscosity? Viscosity. See, viscosity is that property. Viscosity is that property of a real fluid. Property of a real fluid as a result of which they offer some resistance. They offer some resistance to shearing. Already you know what is shearing, right? Shearing is nothing but it's a force act on a fluid, right? So viscosity is that property of a real fluid as a result of which they offer some resistance to shearing. That is sliding. That is sliding moment of one particle past moment of one particle past or near another particle. Near another particle. Viscosity is also known as viscosity is also known as internal friction of fluid. Internal friction of fluid, right? Underline this. For example, for viscosity means which has some resistance power, internal friction. For example, you can see honey. Honey has more viscosity than water, we can say. Suppose if you flow a honey, it will resist itself by internal friction. It cannot flow freely on a surface. Whereas water, if you flow water, it will flow very easily with respect to the surface, where viscosity is less compared to the honey, whereas honey is more viscosity than water. And you can take some paints also, liquid paints, where you can use your at your home to paint walls. So those kind of a fluids also has more viscosity, right? So which has internal friction inside the fluid itself. So for that reason, it cannot flow away freely. It cannot slide easily, right? So that is nothing but viscosity. So next is flux, or we can say flow, flux flow. Flux flow. Flux or flow across any surface. Flux or flow across any surface is defined as the integral S rho q into n ds, where flux, which is nothing but flux, is equals to density den- density velocity density normal velocity area of the surface, whereas n, it is being unit outward normal vector of any point, right? Flux is nothing but it's a flow across any surface is defined as the integral. It is the formula is important here, right? So integration S rho into q into n ds, where flux, it is rho is a density normal velocity, whereas area of a surface S, whereas n is being a unit outward normal vector of any point. Now the important concept of today's lecture series, that is fluid motion, may be studied by two different methods, or simply we can say two different methods which describes fluid motion. That is, first one is Lagrangian method, second one is Eulerian method. So let's see next heading, fluid motion. Fluid motion may be studied by two different methods. So let's see. First one is Lagrangian method. Second one, Eulerian method. Right? These are the concepts where we can study fluid motion in detail, right? So suppose you have to say what is fluid motions and what are the method used to describe the fluid motion, means we can say there are two methods, that is Lagrangian and Eulerian method. By using these two methods we can describe a fluid motion. So let's see one by one, Lagrangian method and Eulerian method. So first, Lagrangian method. So Lagrangian method. In this method, any particle of a fluid, any particle of a fluid is selected is selected and its motion is studied, and its motion is studied, let a fluid particle be let a fluid particle be initially at the point A comma B comma C. After a lapse of time, t, let the same fluid particle be let the same fluid particle be at the point x, y, z. It is obvious that x, y, z are functions of time t, are functions of time t, right? But since particles which have initially different particles which have initially positions different positions occupy different position after the motion is allowed, after the motion is allowed, right? So hence the coordinate of final position, hence coordinate of final position, that is x, y, z, depend upon a, b, c also, right? Thus x equals to f1 a comma b comma c comma t, y equals to f2 a comma b comma c t, and z which is equals to f3 a comma b comma c comma t. So if the motion is everywhere continuous, then f1 f2 f3 are continuous functions, right? So if the motion is everywhere continuous, then f1 f2 f3 are continuous functions, so that we can assume that the first and second order partial derivatives with respect to a comma b comma c and t exist, right? So the component of acceleration are this x double dot means it is second order derivative, right? Second order partial derivative, it is dou to f1 upon dou t square y double dot dou to f2 upon dou t square and z second order partial derivative dou to f3 upon dou t square. These are the components of velocity. In simple language, we can say The Lagrangian method to describe a fluid motion is nothing but, in Lagrangian method what we can do, the motion of each particle is defined with respect to its location. For example, let's see whatever we have discussed so far. A simple conclusion is that I will explain within a second. In a fluid motion, each fluid particle, its own velocity and acceleration of time is there. So let's see what we include in Lagrangian method to describe a fluid motion. In Lagrangian method, the motion of each particle is defined with respect to, let us see, graphically I will explain this. Right, let's say this point P, point P, point P, point P, and this point P, right? So in Lagrangian, the motion of each particle is defined with respect to its location in space. Initially it is here, right? The fluid particle initially P is here. What we can say here? What we can say here? Lagrangian method. The motion of each particle is defined with respect to its location in space. In space. The point is here right now, right? In space, and the time from a fixed position before the start of the motion. The time from a fixed position before the start of the motion. So after motion it moving like this. Moving like this up to here, here, here and here, right? So before start of a motion, the movement of a single particle is observed, which gives the path followed by particle. Initially the fluid particle is here, at the end the particle is here. What we are getting here? The movement of this single particle P is observed, which gives the path. Let's see what we have, this path, right? So it is path, right? This path we are getting. How the particle is moving, which gives the path followed by the particle. The position of a fluid particle in a space XYZ, that's three-dimensional, at any time from its fixed position ABC at T, right? ABC at T shall be, already we know well, it is x equals to f1 of a comma b comma c, right? This one, x equals to f1 of a comma b comma c comma t, that is nothing but the fluid particle in a space xyz at any time from its fixed position ABC at the point t equals to 0. Shall we with this point x equals to f1 abct, y equals to f2 abct, and z equals to f3 abc comma t. So from the position, the velocity u, v and w, or we can say acceleration, second order derivative what we have taken here, that is second order partial derivatives. It is for what? Acceleration. Similarly, for velocity also we can take here. For velocity what we have? For velocity it is u dou x by dou t, v dou y by dou t, and finally it is w dou z by dou t, right? These are the velocity components. So it is nothing but Lagrangian method. So next we'll move towards Eulerian method. Next heading is Eulerian method. Right? In this method, any point fixed to the space, let's see, any point fixed to the space occupied by a fluid is selected. Fluid is selected and we observe the change in the state of the fluid. The state of the fluid as the fluid passes through this point. Since the point is fixed, and so x, y, z, comma t are independent variables. Hence the symbol x dot, y dot, z dot, x double dot, y double dot and z double dot have no meaning. Right? So what is Eulerian method? What you can understand from this? So let's see. In Eulerian method, instead of concentrating one single fluid particle, as we have seen in Lagrangian method, we have particularly followed a single particle. Let's see here. P, what you have taken? A single particle you have considered, and the path of this particle we have got in the Lagrangian method. But in Eulerian method, instead of concentrating one single fluid particle, that is P, what was taken in Lagrangian method, one single fluid particle and its movement, concentration is made on all fluid particles. Instead of taking particular fluid particle, we can concentrate on all fluid particles passing through a fixed point, right? The change of velocity, acceleration, pressure and density of a fluid particle as they pass through the fixed point are observed here in the Eulerian method. So the Eulerian method describes the overall flow characteristic at various points as a fluid particle passes through them. So the velocity at the point, as we have taken x, y, z, t, right? X, y, z at t. So which is given as u f1 x, y, z, t, v f2 x, y, z, t, w f3 x, y, z, t, right? So which is nothing but Eulerian. In specific, how can we describe this? So let's see the difference between Lagrangian and Eulerian. What is difference between Lagrangian and Eulerian here, right? For your kind of information, let's see, for better understanding, differentiate between Eulerian and Lagrangian method, right? So in Lagrangian method, what we can get? Lagrangian, Eulerian, right? So in the Lagrangian first point, observer concentrate on the movement of single particle, movement of single particle. Whereas in Eulerian method, observer concentrates on various fixed point particles, various fixed point particles, right? So the first difference is in the Lagrangian, observer concentrate on the movement of a single particle, whereas in Eulerian, observer concentrate on various fixed point properties. Various fixed point properties. Second difference is observer has to move. Observer has to move with the fluid particle to observe its movement. Whereas in Eulerian, observer remains stationary. Observer remains stationary and observer changes in the fluid parameter at fixed point only, right? So in the second point, what we are saying, observer has to move with the fluid particle to observe its movement in Lagrangian method, whereas in Eulerian, observer remains stationary and observer changes in the fluid parameter at a fixed point only. So third point is the path and changes in velocity. The path and changes in velocity, acceleration, pressure, and density of a single particle are described, right? So whereas in Eulerian, the method describes the overall flow, characteristic characteristic at various points as fluid particle. The method describes the overall flow characteristic at various points as a fluid particle pass. Finally, fourth one, not commonly used, most commonly used, commonly used, right? So the difference is nothing but here Eulerian method, observer concentrate various fixed point, whereas in Lagrangian, only particular single particle we can observe, whereas in Lagrangian, observer has to move with the fluid particle, but in Eulerian, observer remains stationary, and in Lagrangian, the path and changes in velocity, acceleration, pressure and density of a single particles are described, but in Eulerian, the method describes the overall flow characteristic at various points as a fluid particle pass. So let's see the different figures as we have already seen the Lagrangian. So it is point P, how it is moving, the path is recorded, right? So but here it will concentrate overall fluid particle, right? It concentrate on overall fluid particle, not only a single particle, right? So it has major advantage to use commonly everywhere to study about fluid motion. So most of a people use Eulerian method instead of Lagrangian, right? So with this, we will conclude our today's lecture. The next lecture, we will see the local and individual time rate of change. It is also an important concept. So in the next class, we will discuss about that, right? So till then, take care, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.